You're told Del Taco serves fresh Mexican food. But what if that beef in your taco was cooked in a factory, sealed in a bag, and just reheated for hours? Stay with me. We're going to follow the trail, from insider accounts to inspection notes, to see what's really under that shell. By the end, you'll know the one texture cue that screams reheated industrial beef, and how to spot a safety red flag in seconds. If you're watching your budget and your health, this might change where you spend both. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. If the meat is really fresh, why does it show up in thick sealed bags, get dunked into a hot well, and sit there for hours? That gap between the promise and the process is where the risk lives. You hear freshly prepared. You expect a pan, sizzle, and a short trip from heat to tortilla. What you get is a system built for uniform speed, not a skillet. Let's start with the promise. The ads lean on freshly prepared beef, close shots of steam, and big scoops for a small price. The message is simple, hot, abundant, and made right now. It sounds great. It also sets a bar the back line does not try to clear.
Focused on the long run, and as we think about the brand, it's about the positioning of the brand and how we continue to perpetuate that positioning moving forward. We repositioned the brand actually, Jim, a few years ago, and we did that to really raise the bar in what consumers should expect from Mexican fast food restaurants. But we bring and pair that with quality and value that you would expect from a fast casual restaurant under one roof. So it's really compelling. All the fresh ingredients that we use in Del Taco restaurants each and every day. We decided to commemorate our visit here to Mad Money with a carving of our 40-pound
People on Twitter said it's cheesy, that Del Taco is cheesy, which I like.
United States limited service restaurants, 75% of all restaurant transactions in limited service come from traditional fast food restaurants. Okay. And only about 10% come from fast casual. So we want to be fishing in that large ocean and not just that small pond.
But here's the kicker. Former workers describe beef that arrives pre-cooked and vacuum sealed, built for volume and shelf life. Those bags go from a box to a hot well or steam table. Staff slice them open, pour, stir, and keep topping the pan as orders drain it. It's more refueling than cooking. Over a long shift, that same batch can sit, get stirred, sit again, and wait for the next rush. Walk the line and it's routine. A sealed pouch meets a knife. The meat falls into a pan. Heat lamps or a steam bath hold it hot. That setup works during the lunch wave when turnover is fast. The problem starts when the rush dies. Hot holding temps slide. The lid comes on and off. A stir redistributes heat for a minute. Then the pan drifts back down. Inspections back that up.
It's like a dream for us.
Specifically, the fried cheese and avocado. Owner and chef Tavo Hernandez
Just a little bit of seasoning.
learned everything he knows from his late mother.
I mean, I can remember this. I was a little kid having these things here.
So you only have one of these? Does that mean that each and every tortilla is made
It's hand pressed,
one
by one.
Hit that taco with a little onion, cilantro, and homemade salsa.
This is awesome.
But the Hawaiian taco would prove to put up a tough fight.
Nice and grilled, fresh pico. We make our own chipotle here too.
Multiple locations have been cited for meat held below safe hot holding levels, including beef logged at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. That number matters. It sits at the edge of the danger zone, which runs from cold fridge temps up to that line. At those warm but not hot temps, bacteria wake up and multiply. You don't see it and you don't smell it. It's like leaving chili on low all day with the lid off. Warm enough to lull you, not hot enough to protect you. The truth is, hot holding is not cooking. Cooking is a one-and-done kill step. Holding is a stall. You have to stay above that safety ceiling or risk a slow slide into a petri dish. And in a rush-prone kitchen with lids, ladles, and opening and closing doors, drift is common. That's why temperature logs exist. That's why citations happen.
You okay there? Red scoop of beans. You get your red sauce. Seasoned beef. And then your tomatoes and your onions. And then you're going to want to fold it like this.
And that's been one of the favorites here in Manistee.
Every great chef has a great sous chef, and in a restaurant where homemade is the standard, So is tradition through the generations.
So this is my son. He's 16 years old. He's been with me for a while.
Now let's talk about what you can taste and feel. Industrial reheated beef trends soft and uniform, almost paste-like. It's built that way because it is cooked, cooled, shipped, and reheated to be the same every time. The pieces are tiny, damp, and rounded. When you press them with a fork, they smear. You don't get those crisp browned edges or irregular crumbles you get from fresh ground beef that hit a hot pan and sat long enough to sear. Flavor tells on itself too. Batch after batch, you get the same taste and same feel. That's design, not craft. Fresh beef cooked on-site swings a bit. A darker bit here, a looser bite there, little hints of sear that cling to your teeth. With the bagged-in reheated stuff, the profile is engineered to be flat, salt-forward, and even. You feel it more than you hear it. Your jaw barely works. Here is the mini payoff you can use in seconds.
Folks, have your cameras ready because this is a great photo op. To the right of our trim, you will see Del Taco's Fresh Ingredients Island and Taco Building Bar. I know those ingredients look good enough to eat, but I must ask you to keep your hands and feet in the trim at all times. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, these fresh ingredients are used every day by Del Taco employees to construct chicken soft tacos. Thank you.
I'd like to get stranded on that island.
Well, that can be arranged.
Grab a single granule and roll it between your fingers. Does it smear instead of crumble? Do the bits look like little pellets rather than jagged crumbles? That mushy, uniform texture points straight to pre-cooked, cooled, and reheated beef, not fresh-cooked meat off a skillet. On a taco, the tell is a spreadable layer that blends into the shell instead of a crumbly pile that scatters. Why does this matter for you? Because texture is your fastest field test. You don't need a thermometer. You need 5 seconds and a bite. If the meat smears and every bite tastes like a clone of the last, you're likely dealing with bag-to-pan, not grill-to-taco. And when a place leans on hot wells to do the heavy lifting, the safety margin shrinks as the clock runs.
Taco Bout It Mexican Fusion is traditional Mexican food, but with a little bit of a flair.
Tacos being the talk of the town are what brought Talk About It from a food truck to a brick and mortar location.
Remember her now, by doing tortillas.
Because a tasty taco starts with a true tortilla.
Now that you can spot the texture on site and feel, let's talk about the one simple safety check that tells you when to walk away. Here's the real kicker. That low price stops being a deal when the beef is bagged, reheated, and drifting below safe temps. A value meal should not gamble on a warming tray. Use the fast checks. Feel for mushy, uniform granules that smear instead of crumble. Ask, what are your holding temps right now? If they dodge, you might want to pass. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. And if this gave you something to chew on, share it with a friend who swears by fresh, fast tacos. They'll thank you before lunch.